Okay, welcome everyone to the introduction talking about theta healing. And I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and share my screen. And theta healing is an incredible healing modality that I get super excited talking about. So let me just jump in right away. And then I'm going to tell you guys how you can register at the end if you're interested. I have a couple different segments of classes coming up. I'll explain in just a little bit. And I'm only allowed to have 20 people per class. So just know that if you register and we reach out to you and tell you, oh gosh, you were like the 21st person who registered, we can always put you in the next group that I have starting, I think, in April. So my first one starts February 17. But let's just get into this. What is theta healing? And theta healing, this is quoted directly from the Theta Healing website. Theta healing is a world-renowned meditation technique and spiritual philosophy founded by Vianna Stibel. That's the woman's name who channeled this healing modality. It has been around a long time, this type of healing, but it's channeled through her for our day and time. Theta healing technique helps you improve your mind, body, and spirit by connecting to the creator of all that is. So if you want to say God, if you want to say source, if you want to say the universe, in theta healing, they say creator or creator of all that is. So I'm going to explain a little bit more in depth about what theta healing is in the next slides here. So why learn theta healing? And you might laugh if you look at that first bullet there. I asked my 15-year-old daughter today when I was putting these bullets together, I said, why would people want to learn theta healing? And because she's been through the first 3 levels. And she said, oh my gosh, just tell them it's like therapy on crack. So I thought that was funny. So that is her quote. It's not mine. But in theta healing, these are kind of like the benefits that you will receive. Increase your psychic abilities and expand your intuition. You're going to actually learn how to read energy, read people's bodies and see energy in people's bodies and see trapped emotions in people's bodies intuitively. Now, this is not using the left side of your brain. This is all right side and learning how to tap into your intuition, your psychic abilities. So if you've ever thought or dreamed of becoming a medical intuitive, oh my gosh, this is the amazing step and way to go to learn how to become a medical intuitive. So, and if not, you will definitely increase your abilities to scan not only your body, but other people's bodies for sickness and disease and trapped emotions. So it is really incredible for that. Next one, you're going to uncover blocks and limiting beliefs affecting your life. Who doesn't want that? Every time I do consultation calls for people, this is separate, but for my higher self hypnosis sessions, the number one thing people always say they want in their life is they're like, I just feel blocked. I feel stuck. So we're going to uncover a lot of trapped limiting beliefs and blocks. You get to learn more about why you act, talk, think, and believe the way you do. This theta healing is the quickest way I know to skyrocket your healing journey. Like literally just skyrocket your healing journey. Theta healing is a hack you can use every single day of your life for every trauma, every belief, and every trigger that comes up so you can pull them from the root. I use it all the time. Anytime I have any sort of trigger that comes up for me, for example, there's I just found out recently that there's going to be a sort of family celebration that the little inner child in me is not excited about at all. And, but my adult self is like, wait, I can't be holding on to this stuff. That's my inner child that doesn't want to celebrate these 2 people. What can I do? So I just took it straight to theta healing, and I was walking my dog and I did what's called self-digging. I dug into it to find out what was going on and why. And by the end of my walk with my dogs, I was totally clear and totally fine and actually seeing the entire situation from a totally different perspective, totally through love. So I'm not going to have to sit there and be bothered by this thing for the next 4 months until it takes place, and then even afterwards. So it lets you nip things right in the butt, right there and then, so you're not carrying it around with you like old luggage. Theta healing helps you expand your consciousness and gain more enlightenment. You guys will learn so many things in here from a spiritual perspective that you just can't even imagine. I'm going to go into some of that here in a little bit, but it's also healing and spiritual growth and freedom for yourself, and if you choose, for others. And I apologize, the bottom got cut off there a little bit. You can actually turn your theta healing knowledge into a spiritual business. So you're going to want to practice, of course. You'll take it and then you'll practice, but you can also turn the knowledge and the things you learn from theta healing into your own spiritual healing business. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So kind of playing off of that a little bit, FYI, I do have another free webinar. This one's going to be about an hour and a half. This is on February 16. It's called Starting a Spiritual Business. If you've ever even remotely thought of starting a spiritual business, or you feel like you're here to be a healer, join me February 16 for my free business, my seminar, Starting a Spiritual Business. You can register on my website, wokelightworker.com, and click on the courses tab, and that's a free webinar. And I have so many awesome and good things to share with you guys. Just hindsight 2020, right? Hindsight's 2020. I'm going to share with you things that will save you a lot of time and effort and things that you should actually be thinking about ahead of time while you're processing. Should I start a healing business? I think I want to. I'm not sure if I do. How can I do this? It seems so overwhelming. Join me for that free webinar, okay? But that webinar will also be available if anyone's watching this after February 16, 2023. That webinar will also be available on demand on my website. Okay. So next slide. There are 4 core courses for theta healing. And once you take these 4 core courses, you can go on to take all kinds of other theta healing courses. And there are some really, really amazing ones, but these are the 4 core courses. The first one's called Basic DNA, Advanced Theta Healing, Dig Deeper, and then UN Creator. You don't necessarily have to take the 4th one to take some of the more advanced ones, but I'm telling you right now, from being an instructor and just personal experience, you definitely want UN Creator. And that's why I call them the 4 core courses. They're also all 4 starting to become prerequisites for all the other courses. But and you can actually visit my website, wokelightworker.com/theta healing, to see the class dates that I have offered right now for these 4 courses. I'm going to talk about the current dates at the very end, so just hold on. So these are some other classes that you can take with theta healing to learn even more. And this is just a sampling. There are many more. There's one called Rhythm to a Perfect Weight. So theta healing works a lot on our beliefs. And so when you have a belief or you have trapped emotions, a lot of times you'll hold them in your hips or your stomach. You're holding anger or grief or sadness, or you have a belief that it's unsafe to be thin. Maybe you get too much attention, or you're afraid of success, or you're afraid of failure. There's all kinds of reasons that we find it difficult to lose weight. So this is an advanced one that you can take once you're done with these core courses, Rhythm to a Perfect Weight. And then there's one called Intuitive Anatomy. I have that one, and it's long, it's 15 days, but it is incredible if you do want to become a medical intuitive. That is the class, along with the one after that called Disease and Disorder. So Disease and Disorder, those 2, Intuitive Anatomy and Disease and Disorder, will really catapult your intuitive abilities for scanning and looking for disease, and then also learning how to communicate with diseases. It's really cool. There's one called You and Your Inner Circle. I just finished that one recently. Very interesting. There's one on soulmates. There's one called World Relations. There's a DNA 3 class which comes, it's kind of like after you take advanced theta, it would be DNA 3. There's one where you can learn all about plants and communicating with plants and working with plants. So if you like things like natural herbal healing and things like that, that would be super interesting for you. Planes of existence. I'm actually going to show you guys a picture of a book. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's called The Seven Planes of Existence. And this is a book written by Vienna Steibel, again, the founder of Theta Healing. And she has a class all about the planes of existence. You're going to learn about those in the 4 core courses that I'm going to go through in just a second. But there's one specifically about the different planes, or 7 planes, not dimensions, 7 planes of existence. And then, like I said, there's a lot more. There are many more advanced courses you can take too. This is just a little sampling. So, catching my breath. First level Theta Healing class is called Basic DNA. It's 3 days, and OMG, we cover a ton of stuff in these 3 days. Literally be prepared to work. You will be working the entire time. But here's some things we're going to cover in the first level. So basic DNA. You're going to learn how to tap into and expand your psychic abilities. Like I said, you're going to learn how to go up to the creator of all that is to conduct instant healings on yourself and others. We're going to learn all about the 7 planes of existence, what I just kind of talked about, and what comprises each plane and how we work with each plane in our healing. 4, you're going to learn how to muscle test yourself and others to see what kind of beliefs you're holding. And just keep in mind, there are different levels you can hold beliefs at. We're going to learn about the different levels. And you might test, let's say, for instance, we do a muscle test and we test for this belief. I hate God. You might go, oh no, no way. I do not hate God. But then you test yourself, you muscle test yourself, and you test positive, and you're just like, what? How do I test positive for that? Because you may be holding that belief on a different level, not from your current lifetime. That may be a belief you're holding actually in your DNA, in your genes, from your ancestors. Or it could even be a belief that you're holding from a past life. Maybe in a past life, you had a child or more than one child die, and you cursed God at the end and you blamed God. And so you died in that life blaming God. So you have this belief in you on some level that you hate God. So things like that come up. We get to test beliefs. When we do this muscle testing, we get to test beliefs on all kinds. There's 4 levels. We'll test on all 4 levels. And then number 5, you're going to learn how to work with the creator of all that is to release beliefs in yourself and others, and replace them with higher beliefs. And we do this through a lot of partner work. I'm going to pair everybody up, and you're going to get a ton of healing in every level. You're going to walk out with a ton of healing. And then next screen, there's more in day 1. In the first course. Basic DNA, you're going to learn how to release blocks in your life and your client's life. Number 2, you're going to learn how to create feelings with the creator of all that is. So if someone has a belief in lack and they don't know what it feels like to be abundant, it's hard for us to actually walk in abundance because we don't know what that feels like. So then there's something we do called downloads, where you would download the feeling, I know what it feels like to be abundant. I know that it's possible to be abundant, and I know how to live abundantly. So there's all kinds of feelings that can be actually downloaded. Believe it or not, we're a lot like computers walking around down here. 3rd, you get to meet your angels. We're actually going to get a message from your angels. You're going to learn how to remove waywards and fallens, or some people might call them demons. You're going to learn how to remove waywards and fallens. Waywards, in case you don't know, those are souls who incarnated on earth and just never went to the light. And they're just kind of wandering around down here, and a lot of times it can cause quite a bit of mischief. 5, you're going to learn how to protect yourself from psychic attacks and remove psychic hooks. 6, you're going to learn how to have your soul fragments returned. And for you, if you're holding any soul fragments from anyone, to return them to the other person. We're going to get some DNA activated, what scientists like to call, let's say, quote unquote, junk DNA. We know Creator doesn't make junk, so we're going to activate some DNA. 8, we're going to dig out the root of issues in your life so that they don't keep resurfacing. Theta healing, especially at the 3rd level, that's called Dig Deeper, is all about digging to the root of why are you holding that anger. You might think, oh, it's because, my husband doesn't treat me the way I want to be treated. Well, I can tell you now, just from learning Theta Healing and being an instructor in Theta Healing, and from what I do also, the higher self-hypnosis sessions, it is not about your husband. It goes way deeper than that. So in Theta Healing, we're going to learn what is the root cause of that anger, and then we're going to pull it by the root, because if we don't, it's just like a weed in a garden. If we don't pull it by the root, that thing's just going to keep coming up again and again, and your husband's just going to keep triggering you because he's just there to show you that you're holding it. 9, we're going to heal from trauma. Oh my gosh, lots of trauma. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. This is also first class basic DNA. We're going to remove trapped emotions, like I said, on all 4 levels. We're going to learn what those 4 levels are. And then we're going to do a baby in the womb healing for everyone. You're going to work with a partner and do a baby in the womb healing. It's so amazing. You're going to learn some do's and don'ts in regard to healing with Theta Healing. And then you're going to get lots of healing through partner work. So this is all this stuff just in the 1st level. Now, will you be ready, and will you know everything to really take you and really make this deep, deep healing? No, you're going to learn a ton, especially if you want to turn this into a business or help others or work with clients. You definitely won't be prepared for that by just doing level 1. So let's talk about level 2, which is called advanced Theta Healing. So that one is also 3 days. I'm going to give you the dates currently on your calendar when I offer these. But in advanced Theta Healing, you're going to get a more in-depth understanding of the 7 planes of existence. You're going to learn what free-floating memories are and how to remove them. So you're going to connect with plants. That's fun. You're going to learn, we're going to do what's called a broken soul healing. Now, is anything really broken in our soul? No, but it's like an overlay the ego puts on it. So we're going to do a broken soul healing, especially if you've been through a lot of trauma. This is amazing. We're going to do some manifesting, show you how to manifest using the 7th plane and creator of all that is. We're going to have a conversation with your higher self. Yay, my specialty. You're going to learn what it means to remember your future. Wait, how do you remember your future, right? It's in the future, but you're going to learn how to remember your future. You're going to learn how to release trapped emotions through something called a heart song. And then you're going to learn how to connect with your ancestors. And I see the bottom one got cut off, so I'm going to actually look for that. You're going to learn how to connect with your ancestors and talk to them. And then number 10, I'm sorry, got cut off. We're going to get lots of healings and downloads, again, through partner work. So you guys are going to meet some really awesome people in your class that, I've met people that I'm still in contact with and really good friends with, because we're all here on that same journey. Now, 3rd level. This one's only 2 days. So you got the first 2 are 3 days. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or it might be like a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, depending on my calendar. But then Dig Deeper is a Saturday and a Sunday. And so is the 4th level. So it's 3 days, 3 days, 2 days, 2 days. And do you have to take them all right, one after the other? No, you don't. You can skip a couple months if you want to. I don't recommend it because you actually do forget a lot. And when you keep building that momentum up, you'll just get more and more healing, and it's going to make you so excited. But anyway, dig deeper. We're going to learn 8 shortcuts to digging deep into beliefs and emotions so that they can be pulled by the root. Number 2, we're going to work on and remove some fears. We all have fears, lots of fears. We're going to find some that particularly bother you at the moment and work on removing them. Work on removing resentment. Again, this is all going to be done through partner work. We're going to work on removing resentment. We're going to work on and remove some illnesses. So if you have an ache or pain or some kind of illness, we're going to work on that. Again, work some more on manifesting. And then lots of practice and healing work is done in class where you receive healing for yourself and you get to practice doing healings on others. So in partner work. So again, if you want to take this and actually work on it with family, with children, with friends, with clients, you're going to get a lot of practice on how to do that. And you're going to get a ton of healing too when we're doing these sessions, these classes. Now the fourth core class, You and Creator. Again, this one is 2 days. And these are some things we're going to learn in You and Creator. We're going to learn how to uproot what's called the undercurrent belief. Because if it's not pulled and healed, it can derail your healing and your healing work for yourself and your others. So we're going to learn what an undercurrent belief is and then work on pulling and healing that. And then we're going to look at things that block us from receiving clear messages from Creator, and then things that we can do to help us receive clear messages from Creator. Again, when we go up to 7th plane and meet Creator. 4, we're going to learn a little bit more about why do humans even go through lessons? Like, what is the point in all of it? It makes a lot of sense. It really does. Even though our human minds hate it down here, all these lessons and traumas and dramas we go through, it's actually really critical. We're going to talk about that. 5, you're going to learn how to find the highest, most loving answer from Creator for every question in your life. So not an answer from your ego, not an answer from your undercurrent, not an answer that your ancestors would give, nothing that's trapped in your DNA, the highest and best, most loving answer from Creator, which of course, that creates way more peace in your life. And then 6, we're going to learn how to decipher messages you hear in your head so that you can choose to live from the highest message or the highest voice. I'm going to kind of peel those apart. And then 7, again, you're going to get a lot of healing work from doing partner work. So that's just kind of a quick rundown of what you're going to get in all 4 core levels. Again, you have basic, advanced, then the 3rd level is called dig deeper, and the 4th one is called You and Creator. And then from there, like I showed you in the beginning, you can go on to do even more advanced classes if you want to do the weight loss one, or if you want to do the pulling the beliefs for weight loss, or if you want to do soulmate ones, you and your significant other. There's one called You and Your Significant Other. So many good ones. Now, my personal impressions of Theta Healing. I felt like when I walked out of, so if you add all the classes together, 3 days, 3 days, 2 days, 2 days, it's 10 days. If you do all 4 levels, I felt like I received, because I was in the thick of my healing journey when I took Theta Healing, I felt like I received the same amount of healing that would have taken me about 2 years on my own to do. Like, I just was like completely wide-eyed walking out of the last You and Creator class and went, oh my gosh, like I just know it would have taken me about 2 years, because I would have been spinning my wheels, rehealing, quote unquote, the same thing over and over and over, because I didn't know how to find the root or the root belief or beliefs that were causing things in my life. And I would have just been spinning my wheels trying to cut off the growth above the ground instead of digging into the soil and pulling it up by the root. So I knew I got probably what would have taken me about 2 years on my own. It was incredible. The next impression I had of Theta Healing is, like I said earlier, I use the techniques I learned when I do my intuitive coaching for my business. intuitive coaching and in all of my higher self hypnosis sessions. I work with the clients all the time in these sessions, and we're pulling trapped emotions and digging into beliefs using their higher self in that case. Instead of, us personally digging into it, I use their higher self to dig into it and tell us the root cause. But it's still the theta healing of digging to the bottom belief and pulling it and downloading new beliefs. Like I have in the advanced theta healing book, I'm going to read you guys some of the beliefs that you can get downloaded in these classes and ongoing. So the third thing is, I use them all the time. Like I gave the example earlier, I use these techniques all the time on myself to help deal with issues as they come up right away, instead of, like I said, dragging them around for weeks or days or months even, or God forbid, years before I actually deal with them. I know how to now see these things and go, yes, okay, that's a trigger for me. Let me find out why it's a trigger for me. And I dig way down to the root belief. So you're going to learn how to do not only digging with others to help them, but we're going to have a lot of emphasis on self-digging so that you can use this the rest of your life to do massive healing on yourself, emotional, physical, and mental healing. Like I said a little bit ago, I met some amazing friends who actually I know are from my soul family in these classes that I'm still really close with today, who are on the same journey as myself. And we still talk very frequently. And I exploded my spiritual growth and enlightenment, like 100%, like guaranteed. You will learn so much. It will blow your mind. That's my impression. Those are my impressions. So classes are ongoing. You can actually visit my website, wokelightworker.com/theta healing. Each class is $440, and I'm giving a bonus offer. I don't know any other instructor who does this, but I want to share more of what I know and what I do. So if anyone registers and pays for all 4 courses at the same time, they're going to receive 3 of my most recent classes. There's one called Create a Life You Want to Live. This is independent of Theta Healing, of course. Create a Life You Want to Live. And then I taught a 4-week spiritual awakening boot camp. Oh my gosh, we covered so much. And then my other course that I love and put a lot of time and attention into, a lot of knowledge, gaslighting, manipulation, and narcissism. So I'm going to give you guys those 4, but I promised you guys I would tell you some of these downloads that you can get. Again, this is from my advanced Theta Healing book, just as an example of what you can get for downloads. So we'll pull, first thing we do is we clear the soil by pulling the old beliefs. And then we will have creator download new beliefs into you. So let's just say, and this is a big one for a lot of people, is trust. If you can't trust in your spirit team, if you don't trust in creator, it can be hard to get a lot of things done in your spiritual journey and in your life. So here, we'll dig to the root cause of why don't you trust in creator? What is it in you that's not allowing you to? So we'll do some muscle testing in Theta Healing first. So we'll test it, see that you don't trust creator, let's say, and then dig into why that is. Maybe it was an ancestor, something awful happened to an ancestor and they decided they can't trust creator. Maybe, again, like I said earlier, something happened to you in a previous life that you decided you're not going to trust God, trust creator anymore. Maybe it's something being held on in your soul level, or just really something from this lifetime. You feel like, there's no way I can trust God. I mean, look at the parents I had. I mean, I had this really awful mom or this really awful father. I mean, how could a God do that? I can't trust God if God is going to put me with family like that. So we would dig into that and then download new beliefs. So just reading from the advanced Theta Healing book, here's some of the beliefs that could be downloaded. Like, I understand the creator's definition of trust. I understand what it feels like to trust the creator 100%. Okay, so this is giving you the feeling download. I know how to trust the creator 100%. I know that it's possible to trust Creator 100%. I know how to live my daily life with complete trust in the Creator. So that's another one. And then let me see, success. That's another one people like. I understand Creator's definition and perspective of success, and my definition of success matches Creator's now. So whatever definition you had of success, if you're not experiencing success, we want to download Creator's definition of success into us, into our mind, into our ego mind. So we have that definition to work off of instead of our old, probably faulty one, right? I understand what it feels like to succeed. I know how to succeed. I know how to live my daily life successfully. I know it's possible to succeed. And there are tons and tons and tons of categories. So, like I said, in these classes, you guys are going to get a ton of practice learning when and where and which downloads to give your partner and give yourself once you've kind of cleared the soil, so to speak, and pulled the limiting beliefs. So you can put in new ones, higher ones to replace the limiting ones, because our beliefs create our reality. Obviously, we know that. That is what creates our reality, is the beliefs we're holding up here in our mind. So if we can like really just pull all the, I'll call them weeds just for the sake of simplicity, even though no experience is a weed. If we can pull all those weeds and constantly be like digging to find what other weeds we have, imagine what a beautiful garden you'll have and the beliefs you could be working from and creating your life with. Like, it's just amazing, amazing. So let me go to the next screen. I'm just going to talk logistics on payment, guys. You can visit my website to register, and there's 3 ways you can do it. If you want to register for all 4 classes at the same time, you can pay with credit card. PayPal also has a plan where it's called Pay Now or Buy Now, Pay Later, and PayPal lets you split it over 4 payments over 4 months. So you can actually do that. I don't personally offer payment plans. These are the ways I offer payment plans because I don't have the bandwidth or the time. I already work probably 12, 13 hours a day. Can't do it. I can't track people's payments. So we have to do it through one of these third parties. So either with a credit card and you pay it off yourself, or the PayPal buy now, pay later, or I do pay for a financing program that I have that's offered through a third party that lets you actually finance either higher self-hypnosis sessions or my coaching program that I have where you can learn how to do higher self-hypnosis. I finance that, and then you can finance the 4 classes together in one chunk from this financing program. And it's a pretty low interest rate. It's lower than what you would get on a credit card. So you can do it any of those ways. But if you want to register and be invoiced via PayPal or do the payment plan, you're going to need to email me. There's my email address at the bottom, or just go to my website and shoot me an email and have me invoice you separately on PayPal, or have me send you the link if you're in the US or Canada only. It's not available overseas. Sorry, it's my dog. It's not available overseas, the financing program, but the PayPal is. You can do it. You can do the PayPal overseas or a credit card overseas. I am so sorry. Wow, my dog. So here's my current Theta Healing course dates, guys. I've got the ones that are coming up right away in February, and then I've got other ones starting in April. So I've spaced them out a little bit so we're not just consuming 4 weekends back to back for each one of them. I have them kind of spaced out, and there's the class times on the bottom. If you are overseas, you're just going to want to do some kind of time converter because these are all listed in Eastern time, which is the same time zone as New York. So just look at the difference between your time and New York. But I do have a note on the bottom, guys. If I get at least 6 people who email me and want to do these as evening classes, so evening time meaning in the US, and they want to do them in the evening, say, let's say start at 6 p.m., Eastern time or even 7 p.m. latest Eastern time, to take place over 4 or 5 evenings in a row, I can absolutely put those classes together. For these classes, you'd be taking 2 work days to do all 4 classes, and then the rest all fall on the weekend. So if you're just absolutely not able to do that and take 2 days from the week, then just email me and let me know, and I'll try to see if I can piece enough people together to do some evening classes, and we can do it that way. So you can also find all these dates, and again, the registration on my website, wokelightworker.com, and then click on courses and then Theta Healing. You'll see all these dates on there. Or if you want, you can go ahead and take a picture or a screenshot right now. Chris is here. Yay! My operations manager, Chris, jumped on. It is like super early for him. It's 6:41 in the morning right now over in the Philippines. So I wasn't sure if he was going to be on or not. So there he is. He's just pasting the link in the chat box. But otherwise, feel free to go ahead and take a photo of this screen. But again, they're all on my website. All these dates are broken out and registration. So I respect your time, and I want to thank you. And I went 11 minutes over. Okay. I went 11 minutes over. So I want to thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for learning about this incredible healing modality with me. And if anyone has any questions for me, I'm going to actually open it up. Yes, I am going to thank you. Or if you want to put it in the chat box, I'm looking at the chat box now. I'm going to be offering these classes on an ongoing basis. I'm going to not have any in June and July. And then I'll probably start back up maybe toward the end of August, or maybe even wait until September. It just depends on, kind of how the schedule goes. But yeah, we're going to take June and July off. And then I'll be offering them again, probably, starting in August and then all through the rest of the year. So yes, I will. Pyra has a question privately. Yes, Pyra, go ahead and email me. Go ahead and email me, tracy@wokelightworker.com, if you have a private question for me. So does anybody else have any questions? I'll stick around for just a little bit, but again, I only have 20 spaces left in my class. Actually, I have 19 open because I already have one person registered for the basic DNA. But if you want the package, the bonus with my other free classes, then go ahead and register for all 4 at the same time. Even if you do some now and some later, it's totally fine. So Andrea said, I do not have any questions. Thank you for your time. Awesome, guys. I want to thank everyone again so much. If you think of anything after we leave here, go ahead and send me an email, tracy@wokelightworker.com.